Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Rune Factory 5 guide. We've been talking relationships with Portia and Sandrock, and we're going to continue the trend today. Before we get started, though, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Let me know so you can keep up to date on everything here, and let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next. Anyways, relationships. The mechanics in Rune Factory 5 are in some ways very much the same that you're going to expect across the board. Talk to people every day, give them gifts, the different tiers of, loved, liked, neutral, disliked, and hated gifts, and so on. However, the under the hood mechanics of how it works is going to be very different. So we're going to look at that now. To start with, let's look at my relationship here with Misasagi. Find her on my pile here. There she are. So you can see, this is a brand new save file. I've created this character named Demo Dude. Everybody is at 0 friendship level and 0% of their level. That's important because instead of having like the growing heart or star or whatever you see in some of these other games, this is how it's going to track it as your percentage. How many points you get for an activity is going to be the same every time. You get 4 points for talking to someone every day. But you also are gonna need more and more points as the levels go up. And as you can see, some of these characters have a heart icon, others have the smiley face. That's how it distinguishes your romanceables from non-romanceables. So, Misasagi here. 0 friendship, 0%. Let's talk to her just once today. There we go. So, Misasagi, what sort of things do you dislike? Boom, she's gonna talk to her. Now, we'll go back in there. Sort this by friendship level. And now she's at 25%. That 4 points is going to be the quarter of what I need. I need 16 points to go from 0 to 1. However, if we switch over to the wiki, then we can show you how many points are needed for each friendship level. So as you can see, you're going to need 16 points to go from 0 to 1, 42 to go from 1 to 2, 83 for 2 to 3, and so on. It gets bigger and bigger each time. So if I switch over to my post-game playthrough where I've got her at like level 5 or 6, we can see it's going to have a much smaller return because 4 points is a much smaller percentage going from, 322 to 429, that kind of thing. So let's go demonstrate that. All right, so we're back over here on my post-game playthrough where I just took the generic name of Alice. Take a look at my relationship with Misasagi. And you can see it's 5 and 51%. So if I talk to her, just say, hey, I came to chat. Alright, we won't even pay attention to what she's saying here. But we jump back over. And now we're at 5 and 55%. She is, that 4 points is only about 4% this time, as opposed to the, 25% that it was at level 0 going to level 1. However, there is another way, than just talking to people. And even gifting. But we'll get to gifting here in a moment. But you're going to definitely get diminishing returns on how much something is worth, as you can see. Now, one other thing you pick up pretty early on is the greeting spell. Very early on in the game, you're going to see a request on the request board from Julian saying, hey, can you get everyone to friendship level 1? There's a series of these throughout the game. I've talked about how a certain character is going to mess with you trying to get higher ones if you rush the story and so on in a previous video. But this spell will basically be an area of effect. Like you bow, you say, hey, konnichiwa, kind of thing, hello. It's not very... Let's see if we can get multiple people here. There's Hein over there. There's Randolph. Oh, there, I got 2 of them. You saw the notes over the heads for both Randolph and Misasagi. And we jumped up 1% with her. So again, it's not a huge jump. It's only about a 2-point kind of thing, as opposed to the 4 points, or maybe it's just 1 point. But it's that every little bit, every now and then. You can only get it once a day. So if I cast it again, I'm not going to get the same benefit from it. I only got the one benefit from it. I can cast it over and over, and you can see how everybody who's affected by it will have their notes over their heads. But this is great on like festival days where everyone's gathered up in those like 3 little clusters. You got, the bachelors in one cluster, the bachelorettes in another cluster, and then everyone else kind of up near the front. But you can see I just cast it several times, and we didn't go up anymore. You can only get benefit from it once per day. Now, talking, you can most days only benefit from once per day. There are certain days that you can benefit twice. Festival days, you can benefit twice. According to the wiki, there's a fishing 3 per day thing. I don't know if those are like fishing festival days or what that specified means, but don't expect to get benefits off of things like talking and that multiple times. However, another thing that you can do when you talk to a character, and this is going to work as separate from just talking to them. So sometimes you'll have a character who has a skill they love. I think Randolph has like cooking. Misasagi, I know like Reinhard loves weapon skills and so on. And when you get your skill level up to a certain level, they'll be like, "Oh, well, you're doing so really good at this skill," and eventually they'll be like, "Oh, you're surpassing me," and all that. Every time they praise you, you get a big boost. It's whatever your skill level is at that time, basically, or whatever skill level that their praise level is, times 5. So it's a huge boost to their thing. You'll see usually a heart come above their heads. And the wiki will help you find what loved skills every character has, what liked skills, etc. But let's talk gifting. We've kind of hinted at it a few times here. I have a whole inventory of stuff here that I got brought with me for a reason. So, just like in Stardew Valley, Portia, and most of these other games, every single character is going to have a loved gift, a series of loved gifts, liked gifts, just general neutral gifts, disliked gifts, and hated gifts. However, unlike those games, there is no limit to how many gifts you can give. It's not like, Coral Island where you can only give 1 gift per week, or Stardew where it's 2 per week, or even Portia where it's 1 per day. I can gift her an item multiple times a day, but just like with the greeting spell, I can only benefit from it once per day. Per tier. So let me demonstrate that. I happen to know that she loves, let me see where it is, tempura. This is one of her loved gifts. So again, we're at 5 and 56%. Give that to her. This is wonderful, thank you. I was just beginning to feel a bit peckish. You're such a good person, Alice. And because I made it, she's going to remark that, "Oh, you made this yourself? What a remarkable skill." You're going to get a small boost off of things if it's also a handcrafted one that you personally made. So if we go into my inventory here, you can see, we'll compare, like, okay, the scrap metal, these here, if you look at their description, where it says medicine, collectible, etc., these don't have anything on them. But then you come over here and you see Star Original. Star Original. These are things that I made. The cheese should have one, because you actually craft cheese in your thing, but whatever. So these are ones that will give a slightly bigger boost. But you can see that was a loved gift. Let's take a look. And she's now at 71%. So now let me give her a liked gift in the form of the grilled skipjack. "Oh, thank you. I love these. I'm so thrilled." And again, she's going to remark that I made it. That's going to be important, the crafting thing. The handcrafted. Not just because it gives boosts to you. And she's now at 81%. But it also works. I can say, let's see, cheese. This one, from what I could tell, is actually a neutral, despite the fact that she hates things like pizza and cheese fondue and all that thing. So let's take a look and see what this does. Oh, thank you. What do I like to eat? Tempura, of course. And so we just got up 86%. You know, it's a liked gift. So your points, you know, more loved gifts are obviously going to be more liked than liked. Liked are going to be more than neutral, and so on. And I can even give her a hated. She hates pizza because she hates the cheese on it. I'm not a fan of this. I would rather eat something like tempura if possible. You know? And where did she go? There she is, back down to 76%. So there are different point things for different liked and loved gifts, etc. But another thing to keep in mind, let's see if she's one of the characters that will do so. I made a bunch of these. You can see I made 5. When you give 5 handcrafted gifts to villagers, they'll often gift you something in return. Now, what they give you, they're going to have a whole pool of things that they can randomly pick from. And certain characters are going to have better things. Terry tends to give accessories. Derek gives hammers, the weapons, not the weapon style hammers, not the tool ones for breaking rocks. So let's see what she's going to give us. Oh, thank you. See, this is a neutral gift for her. And we were at 76%. We already gave a neutral gift once today. And you can see we're still at 76. We're not going to benefit from it. Except, keep giving her gifts. She goes, look at, okay, here you go. I always appreciate your kindness. Here, it may not be much, but I want you to have it. And this time she gave me, looks like strawberry jam. Yep. So she'll give you like little good things like this. So you can definitely look up the wiki, but things like, if you go to Derek, the blacksmith, like I said, he can give you the very basic iron hammer, or he could give you some kind of massive post-game hammer. Something you can get very early on. And these broadswords are easy to make. 5 of them at a time. And I can keep giving these to her all day. So I can have an entire inventory full of these. And she'll keep giving me gifts for every 5. And so what you may want to do, if you really want to cheese the system, is keep doing that and get good stuff, like I said. Like Terry can give you the, I'm wearing one right now, the Heart Pendant, which doubles your skill gain growth. So instead of like 1% for walking every second or whatever that is, you get 2% per second. And we'll keep giving her stuff I made. Yeah, you can heal the people with food, but that's kind of not important for the gifting here. But, here we go. And this time she gave us, I don't recognize that dish, glazed yams. So you can get gifts from them every single time you do that. You can gift all that. So if you have stuff that's like not going to sell for much, like iron, and you just like, okay, I've got 10 or 20 of full stacks of iron in my box like I do on this character. And rather than going, okay, let's sell all the levels 1 through 5 once or whatever, you could turn them into these things and then gift them to people to try and get better stuff that you don't have yet, or you don't have the ingredients to craft. Now, a note about festival days. The festivals will start at 11 a.m. and go till about, it's going to vary from festival to festival. I think it's like 5 or 6 in the evening. Between those hours, there has been a glitch. I don't know if it's been fixed by now, but keep in mind of it, that if you talk to a character during those hours, you're not going to get the benefits from it. So I was going through my editing, and I realized I didn't explain this point very well, so let's demonstrate this in action. It is 10:31 on Festival Day. As you can see, I've not talked to either Lucy or Fuka yet in this game. Now, the festival hasn't started. The festival starts at 11 a.m. If I talk to Fuka, I haven't really talked to her yet. So she says the initial one, this is not counting here. But if I talk to her now and she talks about the festival contest, there we go, the cooking contest, you can see Fuka went up 25%. That one counts toward the day. I actually did it also with Priscilla today to test this. But if I wait until 11 comes around and then talk to Lucy here, after the festival has started, I will not get the relationship values. And it's important to distinguish between when the festival starts and when you start your part of the festival. So the festival is automatically running at 11 a.m. Whether you participate or not in the festival starts. When you go and talk to Simone is when your participation starts in the festival. And that's important because after you've participated, you can go back and talk to them again. So here we are. It is 11:02 a.m. The festival has started. And again, I have never talked to Lucy in this play file. So we'll get all through this. She's talking about Julian. Yeah, this is the initial one. Now we'll talk to her again. She's talking about the cooking contest here. Because it started, you can see I gained no relationship value for it. I'm talking to her in the middle of the festival. However, let's go complete this festival. And, just hand this in. Now, we're not going to win at all this contest. I just made a cheapo pickled turnip for this. But even though the festival technically runs till about 5 or 6 p.m. in the evening, once we have completed, we've participated in this, we can then start gaining relationship points again. The way that festivals work is if you talk to them in that few hours before 11 a.m., before the festival starts, you gain relationship values. After you've completed your participation in it, so like this, what we're seeing right here, and you talk to them again, you gain another relationship boost from talking to them. So I'll come over here, and we'll talk to all 3 girls. Remember, these 2 have 25%, and Lucy has 0. And you just saw me talking to Fuka. So I talked to all 3 of the girls, and boom, I gained another relationship boost. So this is how you can gain 2 relationship boosts in the same day for a festival. When the wiki says fishing 3 times per day, what I think they're talking about there are fishing festivals, which are a little different than how these work. The fishing festivals run the whole day. And what you do is, so I think what it is you talk to them before the 11 a.m. thing, same as normal. And then at 11 a.m., everyone scatters to go participate. They're going to go get their fishing, try and catch whatever it is. So either like spring, where it's the largest variety of fish. I think autumn is the most amount of squids, that kind of thing. If you talk to them during that period of time, while you've initiated it and you're fishing, and you just run into them by the beach and you talk to them, I think what the wiki is saying is you'll get a extra bonus there. And then after you turn everything in at the end of the day, which again is like 6 p.m., 5 p.m., something like that, then you can talk to them again and all the results have been announced and get your boosts. So that is what this is talking about, this last little section. Back to the initial recording. So absolutely keep that in mind. Now, some other stuff that you can do to raise your relationship. Let's come in here. See if I can find Randolph, if he's in here. Oh, wait, no, he was back in the thing. Oh, Reinhardt will work just fine. So Reinhardt here is at 6 and 63%. He's really easy to level up because he loves weapon skills. So I will talk to him. Now, because I have him at that relationship level, I can get him to come with me. So we'll talk to him. And if you see this LR, by the way, on the top here, I can be like, okay, talk to you. We're not going to skip what he says. So let's go on an adventure. What you can do is, Once you get your relationship level to 3 with any villagers, or you use a certain crest, which I'll show here in a minute, you can bring them along with you. We've demonstrated this with Randolph on stream. And they'll come walking around with you, and they'll gain 1 point per hour. So now they're a member of your party. You can have up to 3 people walking around with you, so I can go. Same thing with Priscilla. Came to chat. Go on an adventure. And now, when you're only at like level 3, or you're using the crest, which is, let's see, this crest here. No, that's not the insurance. That's the wrong one. The insurance crest. It's the companion crest. This one here, which you get fairly early on. I think you get it after your first 3 wanted monsters. This will let them come with you. Randolph does not need the companion crest, so he'll come at you with you right as 0. So again, you can get 1 point per hour of just walking around, adventuring, doing your chores, whatever. While they're at low hearts, at 7 o'clock in the evening, they will all teleport away and leave you, but as your hearts get higher and higher with them, or your friendship level grows, then they will also stick with you. So they'll eventually, like when you have a spouse and kids, they'll stick with you all day, every day. A note on the kids. You can have up to 3 kids in the game. You'll first have 1 child, and then you'll have twins the next time. You can only bring 1 child with you. Likewise, you can only bring 1 monster from like the seal spell. The game's going to explain that. But you can also bring the monsters from that you've tamed with you, and they also benefit from traveling with you. And their relationship is actually in some ways more important than the villagers. With the villagers, all you're going to do is you're going to lock like your relationship things, the benefits of coming with you and all that, being able to stay with you longer and so on. With your monsters, it's actually going to affect their combat abilities. I believe it's like their stats boost a little bit with their relationship with you, so rather than talking to them, you're going to use your farm tools, which I don't have one on me. Oh wait, no, I got it equipped already. Just come up with your brush and brush them. And you can see I've got this one who's just like heart on me, loving me, etc., wanting to talk. And don't worry, there will be a video all about the taming monsters and all that later. But you can get your monsters' friendship levels up high. They can go above 10. I think I've got some on this playthrough. Let's take a look. Yeah, here we go. Misasagi. I named it after her. Yeah, I've got it 12 and 98%. So we'll come in here and brush her. And just like with your villagers, you can gift your monsters. We go up with that. No, she's still at 98%, so maybe I brushed them already today. You can gift them with your monsters. However, the thing to note is you'll see stuff like this. Okay, like this one has effects. HP plus 30, RP plus 10, or RP plus 36. When you gift an item like this, or let's go find something a little bit different. Like a attack one. Let's come in here and look inside. Let me find something that gives a boost to magic attack. There we go. Look at diamonds. Or magic defense. That'll work too. So let me go grab Misasagi. We'll bring her with me. And we can demonstrate how this is going to affect her stats. So, take along. So we'll go outside so we're out of here away from everyone else, not getting caught up in all this. And we'll look at Misasagi's stats, because I want to show you what happens when you gift them. Because it will impact their stats. That's how you're going to really get them to boost up. With villagers, you can give them gear, so you can see these guys don't have anything much. Like, I haven't given them anything. But you can give them gear, same as you use, and they'll use it, and that's how you're going to improve their stats for the most part. Monsters will increase their stats by leveling. And we can see I've got a magic defense of 800. Right now, let's grab one of these. gift it. Now I'm at 834 on my magic defense. And as we walk around, like I go around for a couple hours and all that, and I get her up past level 12, because, I mean, she's not going to go up fast because she's already at level 12, but they can get boosts to their stats. So leveling up your monsters' relationships is important. It's also important for certain monsters like, well, anything that drops stuff. Like, I've already come in here today. You can see I've already cleaned out my stuff. But, like, my cluckadoodles in here will have eggs. Their relationship value up to level 10 will affect the quality of their eggs. Their level will affect the what type it is. So small eggs, and then medium eggs, and then large eggs. So we'll get more in depth on that when I do the Monsters Guide and the Taming Guide, but because it's a relationship affected thing, we're going to cover it here as well. So again, if we look into my inventory, over in my fridge, you can see the different tiers of okay, I've got level 5 and 6, 8, and so on eggs. But look inside, go to my fridge, and there's all my milk is level 8 there. Let's see, here we go though, eggs. So my medium eggs, level 2, 3, 4, 5. These are based on the relationship values of my chickens. You know, 1s and 2s are probably from ones I just found in the wild because I haven't had them that way for a while, but you can see I've got them all up at about level 8 relationship. And you can check, just like with your villagers, you can check your monster relationships and shift them. There we go. Misasaki's at level 13 now. Didn't really affect the stats as much, that one. But you can see relationship has a big impact on a lot of aspects of this game. There's a lot of ways to level it up. You know, and we've mentioned festivals earlier. If you place in the first top 3 places, you're going to get points every time there too. If you complete a request for them on the request board, you will get bonuses there. It's not a very big one. I think it's 3, 4, or 5 for third, for second, and first place respectively. But very early on, that can help, and it's going to be for everybody in the village. If you complete a request, it's 10 points. If you are romancing them and you get to go on a date, then you'll have 55 points, and so on. If you marry them, you'll gain points, and so on. So speaking of romance, let's see, who am I most likely? Priscilla's actually one I could try. Priscilla, Riker are really the only 2 that I have at 7% or more. So you have to be at level 7 to romance a character. So I'm going to come save up here real quick before we try this. Because when you only have level 7 friendship level with a character, and you try to confess your love to them, it's only a 30% chance of success. So we'll put this down here. And I'll wait and save 20. Or replace Demo Dude. So, alright. Just like when I want to go on an adventure, I'll talk to Priscilla. Go talk. Oh, okay, I have to split up with her. Let's split up here. She'll go to her own place now, teleport away. Where did she go? Is she... Yep, she's back over at the bakery. So let's try this. Like I said, you can confess your feelings to anybody, but if they're not a romance candidate, they'll think you're joking. If they are a romance candidate, there's a chance that they'll think you're joking. So let's try to get a successful one versus a failed one here, to demonstrate how those work. So, just like if I want to come with her, the by the way, or whatever it says, activate that. It's the L&R triggers on Switch. I don't know what it would be on PC. Skip all that and say, I love you! Oh, okay, thanks, but you really should say that to your special someone, so she thinks I'm joking. Here. So let's load and try again. Like I said, it's about a 30% chance at only level 7. And as your chances increase as you go up, so like at like 9 and 10, you can get better chances. But you can only make one confession per friendship level. So if I want to start with a relationship right here at level 7, I have to keep doing this, like the save scumming it, because otherwise I can't confess again and it not be treated as a joke until I hit level 8 friendship. So we will split up you, and we can try Riker too, because he's also one I can get it at. But again, it's a very low chance. The wiki says 30%. Anecdotally, people feel like it's a lot lower than that. So according to the wiki, it's 100% at 9+. I've known people who are like, dude, even at 10 hearts, it feels like you're gonna get rejected sometimes. So, absolutely save before confessing your feelings to the person you want to confess to. Now, to the best of my knowledge, there is no jealousy system in this game. So you can date people as much, but you can only marry one, and it's going to break up all your relationships when you do. Yep, she's going to keep trying this. So let's go see where Riker is. Is he over at Olmo? He's over near there. Let's see if we can get him to demonstrate a successful one and see how that goes. Because you'll start activating dates. Now, throughout the story, you'll probably, or as you play, you'll see little pop-ups around town, like of the town map. I don't have any right now because I'm post-game. But like, you might see like, as you purchase the store, you got the little red circle kind of check mark for where you need to go. Sometimes you'll see like the name of a bachelor or bachelorette in their head in a pink circle, or you'll see like a yellow circle with an exclamation mark. Those pink ones are your romance, like get to know them events. The yellow ones are just events with anyone else in town. But dates, I believe, also show up in the pink. Alright, so let's say I love you. Come on, even I know that certain pranks are off limits. Nope. So again, you can see it's pretty rare at only 7 hearts for them to believe you. We'll just keep trying and trying so we can show a successful one, because you'll go on dates. The dates will be a huge way to boost up to get yourself up to 10, and then you can marry. And, now if you forget about the date, they will get upset and stop talking to you. According to the wiki, it's like you have a 30%, 60% is 100% chance at 7, 8, and 9+ for relationship levels. But if you're dating multiple people, then the number of people that you're dating will also decrease the chance of your success. So if I was dating Priscilla already, and then I confess to Riker, it's going to jump, even at like 9 hearts, it's going to jump automatically just down to 50% chance. And then if I'm dating them and I want to confess to Reinhardt, it's a 40% chance, and so on. So there's not a jealousy thing, but it becomes harder and harder to date multiple characters. And then, of course, we'll get into this later once I have successfully married a character and we have marriage, for children. But you can have kids, same sex, opposite sex. It'll work slightly differently between the two, but either way, you can have kids. We talked about that. So look forward to a video on that in the future. I gotta get to where I'm in a relationship with someone on this file. I'm thinking I'm gonna go Scarlet this time around. So we'll see that. For the stream, we're looking at Fuka. Where'd Priscilla go? There she is. She changed places on us. So try again. Oh, I accidentally talked to her. Accidentally said adventure. Alright, so we failed 3 times in a row here. I'm gonna keep trying. I will be back. I'll just edit out all the tries after this. And we will be back when I get a successful one to show you. And yes, I will keep count to let you know how many times it took. Alright, so a small hiccup in things. I forgot that I had an event active. So let me come in here and show you what I'm talking about. You can see over here I've got main story, cleared up, whatever. Don't pay attention to that. Side stories, who's the king? I'm caught up in a side story for the King's Game event. It's a 3-event thing. If you have anything in your side events thing going on like that, you cannot confess successfully. So after like 13, 14 tries, it was going nothing. So keep that in mind. So I am currently waiting to complete that event so we can try and demonstrate it again. So it's either going to be today or the next day in game here after 5 p.m. in for that. So while I'm waiting to clear that event, I won't show it on camera here, don't worry. Let's talk about a few other things that we can discuss while we're waiting. There is, like I said, you can romance multiple characters, but you can only marry one. You cannot divorce them either. There is no divorce in this game. So don't go trying to recreate Mumps. In order to romance them, you have to have completed 2 of their romance little side quests, which are the ones where their head is showing like in a pink circle, and some of those will have multiple steps for the thing. You're going to be going multiple places, just like this King's Game event where it's multiple things going on. You can only have one active at a time. Once you have gotten through 2 of those, you have the level 7, you have no other events going on like what I've got right now, then you can, in fact, go and confess to them. I think the fact that the forgetting that it's the events thing is in there is probably why it's believed to be it's much rarer, because I forgot I had an event active. But you get all those done, you can get a relationship. Once you get to level 10 friendship with any of the characters you're romancing, you'll gain 2 things over here on the task board. One will be for the engagement ring. It's going to be like, hey, here's the recipe for you to craft it. And this right here, deliver a squid to Cecil, is one of those requests I was talking about. But you'll have one there, and you also have one for a double bed. So you have to go buy it from Palmo. The crafting for the engagement ring is 1 ore, 1 gemstone. Pretty simple to craft. The double bed is going to cost you 30,000 gold, 40 stone, and 80 wood. So again, pretty simple to craft. But you have to be in the post game. You have to be in the post game. Everybody needs to be in the village and so on before you can get this to pop up. And then you can craft the engagement ring, go give it to them. And the very next day will be your wedding ceremony. And you can see I'm still sitting here waiting. So I'll be back after I've completed this event. Alright, I am back. We've completed that event, got it out of the way. I do want to highlight, here we go, this right here, this is one of the examples of what I was talking about for the romance events. You can see I haven't completed Rikers. So I'm not going to start that though, because otherwise I can't get the confession out of, to work with Priscilla. But he won't accept it even though he's got a higher relationship value with me because I haven't completed all of his romance stuff. So let's try again with Priscilla. Came to chat. That's a joke, right? There we go. No, I meant it. So you can say, no, I mean it, or you can back out like, no, there we go. You're serious, yeah. And then they're going to ask, okay, can we meet up again here? Give you an answer then. And so we've initiated romance with a character, and that's how you do that. It's pretty simple. I'll let you guys see the workings of it. You know, I can still. Oh, that's now an event, so you can see like the Riker's romance event is gone, and this is now going to show as an event. Head to the Pond of Hope at 10 a.m. as a romance event. So again, you've got to complete all of their romance stuff, their dates, etc., before you can marry. And that's the basics of it. We'll get more in depth when we do an actual romance guide with marriage and children. We'll get more in depth on how it works with monsters in the taming guide, and so on. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, and again, to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date on all my videos. We're doing Rune Factory 5. We started earlier this week. We did the Marvelous game showcase. We're starting to ramp up on the videos that we're producing out here, so make sure you subscribe to keep up to date with all of them. And I'll see you guys next time. See ya!